This is our Honda EU2000i, and this has been a real workhorse here on Mountain View Ranch. We basically use this to build our barn, and then it has kept us powered while we're waiting to get hard power to the barn. The key thing is maintenance, like everything, and it's time to change the oil. I try to change it pretty frequently because we will run this for long periods at a time. Here's how I do it. Get a screwdriver, a pair of gloves, a small funnel, a tray to collect the used oil, and this is basically the bottom 2.5 to 3 inches of a DEF container for my truck, and I just cut the bottom off, and that's what I pour the oil into. This has been quite helpful, and I'll show you when we get into the generator, but this allows a nice clean pour of used oil most of the time into this container. And then when this is not being used, I just keep it in a plastic cup to keep any oil from getting on any of my shelves. This is a very important tool to us, and I use the genuine Honda 10W30 oil. And then it's always helpful to have a roll of paper towels. Start off by removing the cover, and that comes off with one screw. The oil is drained via a small plug that sits right here, and then there's a tray that is supposed to catch the oil and divert it away from the inner workings of the engine and the engine case. I have found that to be a little bit on the messy side, so what I do is elevate it on a couple of boards so that when I tip it forward with this in place, it just pours right into this container right here. Here's a close-up of the oil filler port, and all I do is remove that oil-filled dipstick and then thread in this very nice machined aluminum pour spout. I think this little guy is worth the money. I hate getting oil down inside the engine case or on the engine itself, and this is well worth the money and makes me more interested in changing the oil on a frequent basis. And then I just kind of stabilize on these back or on these front 2 feet and tilt it forward, and I aim this so that it's going to catch the oil. Then you just bring it back, and it's a simple matter of unscrewing this. Now you can use this as a funnel to pour fresh oil. I have found that to be a little bit difficult, and so what I use is a small funnel, and I tilt the other direction. Now the Honda, basically you fill till it gets right to the bottom edge of those threads, and I'm right to the thread, so we've got a good fill. And then this is a great place to put that funnel. Here's a cool little doctor trick. Just take your gloves, any used paper towels or rags, grab the cuff, pull it down, ball that up, hold it in the other hand, and then just throw that away. Now here's another DEF container, and I just pour the used oil into here, and then I'll recycle it when it gets full. And then I just clean this tray of the excess oil so that it's ready for the next oil change. Once it gets clean to this point, I'll spray it with a little bit of brake cleaner and then wipe it out with a fresh paper towel. But that's clean enough for right now.